vegan protein French toast. This is inspired by Greg Doucette's anabolic French toast, or whatever he calls it, which uses egg white, so obviously not vegan. And I did criticize it in my video, saying it didn't look super great, but you know what? I guess it didn't look as bad as I thought, because I ended up deciding to make protein French toast originally with just egg, and I ate that for a long time. It's very good. And then I wanted to make it kind of a cheaper version and more readily available version, just in case just egg disappears, like just mayo. I've been making it with tofu and I really, really like it. I prefer it over the just egg version, and I eat this almost every single day, and I have been for like 3 months now. So I think it's good anyway. It's not, you know, it's not gonna taste exactly like regular French toast, obviously, but yeah, I think it's pretty tasty. This is everything. Very simple, not a lot of stuff at all. 1 block of extra firm tofu, 16 ounces of soy milk. I use the Silk unsweetened soy milk. Definitely use unsweet, otherwise it is going to be way too sweet with the sweetener you add. Or I guess you could use sweet and not add any sweetener. Baking powder, you don't have to use aluminum free. I just prefer the taste of aluminum free. And that's 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Vanilla, you can use extract. I prefer powder. It seems to last me a lot longer because I use a lot of vanilla. So in extract, I think it'd be like 2 teaspoons, because I use about a teaspoon of this. 3 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. You don't have to use this, but it does seem to add kind of a little bit of an eggy type flavor. If you want even more eggy sort of flavor, then look for black salt. It'll add that kind of sulfury-ness that eggs have. Half of a teaspoon of salt, 3 tablespoons of flour, white flour, wheat, it shouldn't really matter. It's just to help bind things, thicken it up a little bit so that it actually holds together and stays on the toast. And sweetener, I use Splenda, 4 tablespoons of Splenda. You can use regular sugar or erythritol or monk fruit. It really doesn't matter. If you do use regular sugar, coconut sugar, or something with a lot of calories, then obviously it's going to increase the calories in the food and reduce the amount of protein per calorie. Duh. Now, as you probably guessed, this makes a lot. An entire block of tofu, 2 cups of soy milk. This makes a lot. It'll stay in my fridge for a few days or so. And it makes about 16 slices. Now, usually I use this Sara Lee 100% whole wheat bread, thinner sliced whole wheat bread, 60 calories per slice. This is usually what I use just to keep things on the lower calorie side. Obviously, typically if you're making French toast, you're using like a crustier, thicker, higher calorie, more delicious bread. But you know, this is supposed to be a kind of healthier, more protein rich type of thing. So yeah, usually I use the Sara Lee. I couldn't find any at the store last time I went, so I got this Dave's Killer thin sliced 100% whole wheat, 70 calories, so a little bit more, and it's got more texture too, which I don't care for. I prefer, you know, just bread, not with like a bunch of seeds and shit in it, but it's fine. Point is, using the Sara Lee bread, this all covers about 16 slices, 16 to 18 slices, so quite a bit. So if you're not gonna, you know, if you're only having like 1 piece or 2 pieces a day or something, I typically have 3 or 4, so this will last me for a few days. But if you're having less than that, probably don't make this much at once. Maybe make half of a batch. This should last a fair while in the fridge, but you know, be safe. Don't test it. Ta-da! Movie magic. So obviously you just blend it up. It's real easy. Blend it up till it's smooth. It shouldn't take long because there aren't any cashews or anything. It's just tofu and liquid and spices and stuff. This was actually in the fridge overnight, so it'll be thinner than this. It thickens up in the fridge a little bit. Quick side note, I absolutely love this pan. This is the pan I use every single day. I have this one and a 10-inch. This one I bought just over a year ago now, and it is still totally nonstick. I use it almost every single day. It is great. I talked about my struggles with nonstick pans before I bought this or right after I bought this. Yeah, it's been
great. I actually have a little affiliate link for it if you want. I set up a little, it's not Amazon Associates, it's like Amazon Influencers or something like that. So I actually have a little storefront with this and a few other things, some books that you guys might be interested in, Nugo bars, of course, and I get a little bit of money if you purchase through one of my links. To cook it, just heat up a skillet. I use a 12-inch because I do 3 pieces at one time. And I put it on kind of low to medium heat. It's 4 on my stove, 1 to 10. Every stove is so different. And then just put a little bit of cooking spray down and take your bread, dip it into the mixture. I do about 15 seconds on each side and put it in the pan. And I cook it for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side, and then usually for another minute or 2. And once I've flipped it over once, I like to kind of smash it down. That's what I've been doing lately. I don't know why. I like it to be really, really flat, like a pancake, I guess, which makes me think, why don't I just make pancakes? Why am I even making French toast? And here we go. This is it. I've got a little bit of maple syrup on top with some mango. And here's what I made for the thumbnail, trying to make it look a little nicer. I don't think I succeeded in the least, but I don't know. You be the judge, I guess. It's pretty good. I definitely prefer it, honestly, just with maple syrup. And I'm sure some Miyokos would be nice too.
So one piece comes out to about 108 calories, 7.7 grams of protein. Again, that's assuming that there's 16 pieces total. So 27% of calories coming from protein. That doesn't include any toppings or anything on it, any maple syrup or anything. I usually put a little bit of maple syrup on top. 3 pieces, which is what I usually have with some fruit on the side. 3 pieces comes out to about 320 calories and 23 grams of protein. And I really like it too because it's a really good source of a bunch of nutrients that are a little bit more concerning to vegans that we have to pay more attention to, like zinc and calcium, if you are using a calcium fortified soy milk. And of course, it's a good source of the amino acid lysine because soy is a good source of lysine. B vitamins as well from the nutritional yeast, including B12 if your nutritional yeast is fortified with B12, which I think like all of them are now. So that's it. I would love for you guys to try it if you're interested, and if you do, let me know how it goes, and if you make any changes, let me know. I've thought about maybe increasing the omega-3s in it, adding a little bit of flax or something, but obviously that's going to thicken it up to some degree, so I might need to add more liquid. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet, but if anyone does, let me know how it goes. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe, support the channel, patreon.com/unnaturalvegan. And hopefully I will have a new video soon. Oh, I didn't have my bar. Like, I'm really hungry. Why am I so hungry? There's no protein bar compares to these. None. I should get a Nugo sponsorship. Like, look at this. I really do only eat 1 a day. I just order like 4 boxes at one time because, like, you know, I'm gonna eat them. They're not gonna go bad. I love the texture so much. I don't know, a lot of the higher protein bars, at least the vegan ones, I don't really have any experience with the non-vegan ones, but the ones that actually have a decent amount of protein, they tend to get either really gummy with the amount of like protein powder or just really, really weird and dry and like awful. These are dry, but they're like airy dry, like crisp dry on the inside. They're just so good. That's the funny thing about, you know, whenever someone's like, I should get paid for this, I'm promoting this product. It's like, well, you're already promoting it. Like, what? If I run Nugo or are involved with Nugo, like, I'm not gonna pay me money. Like, bitch, you're already spending all this time talking about our products. No, why would we pay you to do what you're already doing?